There's 5 pubs around here, 3 are closed, 1 more might close soon. We're the only place open. What? The water's up to about here right now. If you happen to bump into Keir Starmer, make sure he knows as well.
What did you get to say to him? Was it a publicity stunt? There's an order coming in.
We got oh, thank God we got a customer. That's the problem over there.
Our local restaurants, pubs and cafes are disappearing. 3 shut down every single day. And if things don't change soon, we're going to lose the places that we socialise, celebrate and meet new people. But where does that leave us? We'd have chains like Pret's, Gales, McDonald's, Wetherspoons. That's my idea of a nightmare. So I'm here at the Parlour in Kensal Green about to talk to Jessie Dunford Wood to find out how it's affecting Jessie's business, the local community and UK hospitality as a whole, and what we can all do as a nation to help our local independent restaurants. He also met with Keir Starmer recently, so I'm going to find out what he had to say and if he actually cares about local businesses and their survival. Come on, let's go meet Jessie. Hi, Jessie. How you doing?
Tip top.
You've been in the industry for
What do you reckon?
30 years.
Yeah,
I've known you for a long
something
time.
about 30 years.
I want to help raise awareness about the hospitality crisis. Is that too harsh to say? I don't know.
You can call it a crisis.
Newsnight recently talked about 3 restaurants a day closing down, and that terrifies me.
Tom Kerridge and lots of hospitality leaders have been banging the drum, and they've been on telly and they've been non-stop on social media about trying to lower the VAT ban from 20% to 10%. We pay the highest VAT in Europe. We pay double lots of the other countries already, and we're just asking it to be leveled up. It does affect us hugely in restaurants and pubs, and as some clever people pointed out who run bakeries, they don't pay VAT because it's like cold food.
Oh, yes. And I heard Greggs and McDonald's don't pay VAT either.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell, man? That makes no sense.
That's why Greggs is doing so well at the moment. That's why the rest of us are like withering. It is difficult in many ways. Staffing costs, food and drink costs, lower average spends, energy costs, crazy. We put our prices up a bit, but we could never realistically rise our prices to the level that would be appropriate because you would literally never come.
I haven't worked since August, so I'm unemployed.
Sorry.
I can't afford to go out to eat.
That's the problem over there too.
I would love to support local, but that's why I'm doing this. I want to find out like how we can help. How can we help, Jessie?
Sign the petition. Links in the bio. Links on the thing.
That's the problem.
Bye. That's Greg.
Is Greg a local?
He supplies me with sunglasses from charity shops and I pay him in Hubba Bubba ice cream. It's a happy marriage.
But that's a really good example, right? Because this place is a community hub, right? So it's important for the local neighbourhood and...
We are the heart and soul of Kensal Green and Kensal Rise. We take newborns, old ladies, rich ones, poor ones, in-betweeners, unemployed ones, you name it.
I remember during COVID, you even opened up a shop so that you could sell the bread and the goods. If we didn't have social hubs like this, what does that mean? Tell me about the people that rely on this place.
30 metres away from here is a church. And the vicar said to me one day, who likes a glass of red wine and a cow pie on a Thursday, Father David said to me, you know what communities need? They need a church, a corner shop and a pub. He's all about community. He loves everyone and a pub is much the same. We will literally have first dates here. We'll have engagement drinks here. We'll have weddings here, stag do's, christening parties, bar mitzvahs. This is like life cycle stuff. We've been here 14 years and the toddlers that we used to give kids menus to 14 years ago, some of them now work here. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like full circle stuff. And you see the generations coming. We have people drinking here who have been here their whole lives and they're 70 years old.
Oh, I love that.
We had an Australian man. He comes here every year. His mum died about 5 years ago. We used to buy sweet sherry for her because she used to drink sweet sherry. No one else used to drink it. So we used to sit in the fridge for a year until this old dear used to come in and we give her the sweet sherry. She used to work here about 60 years ago. And
she worked here?
She worked here. I love the stories and I love the connection. But the bones of the building has been looking after people, young and old, for like centuries, basically. and I love it.
And you are a fantastic host.
Although I'm posh, white, middle-aged, I hope I have something to say to everyone, because I can talk about football with the builders, and I can talk about shooting with the posh people, I can talk about cooking with the old ladies, and I can talk about sweet sherry with the old man. We do everything here. We do breakfast, lunch and dinner every day. That's our bread and butter. Then we host parties, do business meetings, we have projectors, we do cinema every day. We do £10 lunch. We do £100 tasting menus. It's so varied what we do.
They do £1 toast.
£1 toast.
£5 beers. What else was on the side?
£10 lunch. £100 tasting menus. It's not how little you can spend. You can also spend a lot here if you try.
Jesse's cow pie is amazing, but also the creativity and the talent that goes into his work is just out of this world.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
But it's true. Like, you do your film dinner, you've got the ratatouille thing going on at the moment, where you eat like a bowl of soup that's been crafted
to match the scene.
That's it.
That's on the movie, but you can still come here for a £5 pint.
Lovely.
£5 gin and tonics. What
else? Oh my God, are you joking?
God, I take it.
Love that.
When customers come in the evening and it's really busy, everyone thinks that I'm making shitloads of money, and it doesn't really necessarily convert like that. We're here on a Wednesday lunchtime. It's almost completely empty. We've got about 10 staff working here right now. They're all getting paid. Well, where's my money? They don't see that bit. The concept of busy place does not necessarily mean rich and profitable place, because you can very easily be a busy place losing money. That is the worst situation.
How's it been in terms of like kind of ingredients prices going up, and you've got suppliers, and like, how are you managing all that?
Is competitive. This job is like a complete balancing act. I mean, I would be surprised if beef prices has basically doubled in the last 5 or 6 years. People are not going to start paying double for the same plate of food. We can never quite charge appropriately for the product that we do. I would say we undersell ourselves for almost every day. Customers that do come, hopefully will come, will get the offer of spending lots of money on lunch for a la carte, or they can get £10, they can get a beautiful glazed salmon with roasted vegetables, they can get £7 soup, salad and soda bread, they can get £10 macaroni cheese.
You are obviously being really, really creative with your prices, with your menus, with what we're serving.
As long as it's a kind of satisfying plate of food, they're quite happy with it.
How does it affect your suppliers?
The big boys are always going to win. We like to use smaller suppliers for more niche products. Beef guy or the fish guy or the independent businesses who operate on more of a hand-to-mouth basis. We've got to help support those people to continue the chain, because if we get all of our veg from Covent Garden and we don't get it from Flourish Farm, Flourish Farm isn't going to survive any longer. It's about clever shopping.
You really do think about using every ingredient, food wastage and all that kind of stuff, right?
We've got strawberries on the menu in various things, and all of the tops that you cut off the strawberries, with the little bit of strawberry attached to the stalk, we boil it up and make strawberry iced tea. I mean, that's just like a simple thing.
I love that.
Food waste is really horrific at every level, from the field that it's picked in, there's loads of waste, to the way that it's delivered and the suppliers waste loads. We got 10 boxes of mushrooms from our veg supplier today for free.
What?
Because they were like on their last legs. We have a way of turning it over.
I love that.
That's not the problem. Wastage is the problem.
Wastage,
there are lots of problems.
Right, so we've got communities affected, suppliers are affected.
Yeah.
I know that you've had team members working here for years.
1 year, 18 years,
18 years?
10 years, 1 year, 3 years.
I've worked on pastry with her before.
Yeah, she doesn't
What's her
remember
name?
you, Sal.
Hello, Sal. Do you remember me?
No. She's like, who's that girl? I've never seen her in my life.
Tell me about the importance of your team and your family.
I live above the pub with my actual family. We have an extended family in Parlour. We have about 4 to 5 staff working there. You know, the industry in general being quite fragile, I have to be the big daddy. I've got to be reliable. I've got to be calm in a crisis.
You're like Superman.
Well, yeah. I've got to be a responsible adult in a storm.
Yeah.
We've got quotes all around the kitchen. Down there is a quote about a sailor. A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. Skilled sailors are good at navigating any water, and a skilled business operator has to understand when it's good, bad, and be able to sail through all weathers.
All weathers.
And at the moment, it might be rough weather out there. I need to be in control so that everyone else who works here, front of house, back of house,
Yeah.
washing dishes, they can trust me that they're going to keep their job and this place is going to stay alive. As my kids and my wife need to understand that this business needs to carry on in order to keep our house. How
Yeah.
about that? You know, I do panic every now and again, but I just don't show it, and I don't talk about it too much. And
Thank you for sharing.
I only like talking about solutions.
Working in hospitality is like an entry-level job. I've just read this fact about, there's an order coming in.
Thank God we got a customer.
I just read a stat about there being like 1 billion young unemployed. So it's harder and harder to employ young people. Are you able to?
We will literally employ anyone here. We've had 16-year-old pot washers moving up to 18-year-old chefs. We've got a 16-year-old waitress who runs food. Slight problem we have with young people is that we also have an element of like parenthood during the shift, and we have to teach them life lessons as well as the job. So sometimes they don't know how to communicate very well or take responsibility for what they're doing. It makes you socially confident. It shows you about working with a team. There's always problems to overcome
And solve.
and solve. Start in hospitality, I think it's a great job. If you happen to bump into Keir Starmer, make sure he knows as well.
Well, on that note,
Oh, right, that's good.
I like, you're good at this thing,
Yeah,
aren't you? What happened? What did you get to say to him?
I got asked to talk to a politician in a local cafe about small business. I was given 3 hours notice. I turned up, there was like 20 security, paparazzi, you name it. I thought, this isn't just like some random politician. We got 30 seconds to give 5 cents worth about what's happening in the industry. But actually, it wasn't even about making him listen to us. It was about him making this presentation about something that doesn't even affect us. Anyway, we did talk to him.
Was it a publicity stunt?
Yeah, it was, yeah. We were the
Thanks,
background
Keir.
noise.
30 seconds, what did you have to say to him?
Well, I told him there's 5 pubs around here, 3 are closed, 1 more might close soon. We're the only place open. What? That is like the state of the nation right around here. We've been going 14 years. This pub has been here for 150 years, as have all the other pubs. They're all struggling. It can't be more obvious than boarded up front doors. We get an awful lot more funerals here these days.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe we are a little bit busier at the moment because everyone else is closed. Keir Starmer listened to what I had to say. From 20% of hospitality revenue to 10% of hospitality revenue is a massive chunk of government revenue which is going to get cut out, and they're going to have to find it from somewhere else. But if we want independent business to survive, if we want independent business to thrive, that would be a really great helping hand. But that is not the end of the drama that's happening in this industry.
It's not, is it?
But, you know, keep smiling. The show must go on. Let's just bang that drum, sign that
Bang that
petition,
drum.
make sure that happens. And if you happen to bump into Keir Starmer, make sure he knows as well.